Imagine a world where space is not just a faraway frontier, but an important part of our daily lives. People have pushed the limits of discovery and invention to new heights in this world. That is the future we will explore today. Hello and welcome to Zeey. In this video, we will see what space will look in 2050. Subscribe the channel and follow us. Imagine this, in the year 2050, there are a lot of space stations. They have turned into busy places for scientific study, business, and even space tourism. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin have made it easier than ever before to go to space. People are now taking space holidays, which are similar to taking a flight to a tropical location. From space, the views of Earth are breathtaking. Remember when people were the first to walk on the moon? Well, get ready to jump even higher. Private companies and international groups are working hard to build a base on the moon, which will be a starting point for more space research. We might see people living on the moon by 2050, along with study facilities and even mining operations. The moon will become a center for science research and a place to start trips to Mars and other places. Our trip starts with the beginning of business space travel. In 2050, space travel will be a big business that lets people see the wonders of space for themselves. Imagine getting on a spaceship for a weekend trip to the moon or a beautiful trip around Earth in orbit. Space is getting easier for everyone to get to thanks to companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. By then, space tourism will be a well-established business that offers a wide range of adventures and places to visit beyond Earth. Space hotels. In 2050, space hotels will be a fact, and tourists will be able to stay in them in orbit around Earth and in other places. These hotels will give you amazing views of our world, the chance to feel what it's like to be weightless, and the chance to see the beauty of space up close. Trips to the moon. The moon will become a popular place for space tourists to visit. Tourists will be able to explore the moon's surface, visit famous landing sites, and feel what it's like to live in a place with less gravity. Orbital sightseeing. Space tourists will often go on trips that take them around the Earth. Imagine getting on a spaceship and going around the Earth. From space, you would see amazing views of countries, oceans, and weather patterns. Improvements in spacecraft technology. By 2050, technology for spacecraft will have come a long way, making spaceflight safer and more efficient. Rockets that can be used more than once, like SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Starship, will become the standard. This will save money and be better for the environment. Space travel has a bright future, and those with a sense of excitement and a desire to learn will be able to see the wonders of the universe. Let's talk about moving people to Mars next. Elon Musk's dream of a city on Mars that can take care of itself is getting closer and closer to becoming a reality. We might see the first people living on Mars by 2050. Scientists and engineers are working hard to make sustainable homes, improved systems for keeping people alive, and efficient ways to move around. Mars will become a new frontier that can be used for study, getting resources, and even trading with other planets. Let's learn more about the amazing chances of people living on Mars by 2050. By this time, people will have made a lot of work toward making the red planet a place where a colony can live and grow. Safe and healthy habitats. In 2050, Mars colonies will be made up of high-tech structures that are safe enough for people to live in. These shelters will have life support systems that recycle air, water, and waste. This will make them self-sufficient and reduce the amount they need to get from Earth. Terraforming efforts. Scientists will keep working on terraforming Mars, which means slowly changing its atmosphere and temperature to make it more like Earth. Even though terraforming the whole planet may still be a long way off, the first steps will have been taken to raise the pressure of the atmosphere, add greenhouse gases, and make conditions good for plant growth. Resource extraction. Mars has a lot of useful things that residents can use. We should have made a lot of progress by 2050 in getting water ice, minerals, and metals from Mars and using them. Water in particular will be very important for keeping people alive and doing things like farming, making things, and making fuel. Interplanetary trade. As the process of settling Mars moves forward, trade between Earth and Mars will start to happen. The colonies on Mars will send valuable resources like rare minerals and metals back to Earth. In exchange, Earth will send Mars specialized tools, technology, and goods that are not easily available on the Red Planet. Humans will take their first steps toward becoming a species that lives on more than one planet. Mars will serve as a springboard for further discovery and growth in the universe. Now let's talk about the huge amounts of riches that are hidden in asteroids. In 2050, we will be able to mine asteroids, which will give us a lot of valuable metals, rare minerals, and even water. These resources will help our attempts to explore space and open up new ways for technology to improve. Imagine a time when we don't have to use only the limited materials on Earth. By this time, humans will have made a lot of progress in figuring out how to use asteroids' resources and releasing their potential. In short, asteroid mining in 2050 will involve taking valuable things from asteroids, such as rare metals and water. This will help us explore space, make it possible to use resources on site, speed up technology progress, encourage trade between planets, and help the environment. Asteroid mining will change the way we get resources and pave the way for a better, more sustainable future in space. In the future, we'll use the sun's power in ways that have never been done before. Solar power stations in space will circle the Earth, taking energy from the sun and sending it back to our planet. This new technology will give us a source of energy that will last forever and never run out. This will make us less dependent on fossil fuels and help stop climate change. There are many ways to make the future better. Solar power satellites. Solar power satellites, or space solar power systems, which are also called space-based solar power stations, will be put into geostationary orbit around the Earth. In conclusion, space-based solar power has a lot of promise to change the way we use energy and make the way for a greener, more sustainable future by 2050. With solar power satellites in orbit around the Earth, we can tap into the almost unlimited energy of the sun. This will help us use less fossil fuels and fight climate change. But space travel isn't just about finding out new things about science and getting resources. It's also about learning more about how the world works. We may see the launch of strong space telescopes in 2050 that can take pictures of exoplanets, which are planets that orbit stars outside of our solar system. We could use these devices to look for signs of alien life, which would change the way we think about the universe and our place in it. As our trip into the future comes to an end, it's clear that space travel in 2050 will be a big deal. From business space travel to living on Mars, mining asteroids, and getting power from the sun in space, the options are endless. We all have a stake in the future of space, not just pilots. So let's continue to dream, come up with new ideas, and push the limits of what's possible. We can make the future of space a reality by working together. Thank you so much for coming on this exciting trip into the future of space with us. If you liked this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our station so you can see more great stuff.